come in before their group is scheduled.
Sure.
But right now I'm gonna harness myself up.
Okay. And apparently we are missing equipment, Noah.
Yes, we're missing the black harnesses and
And apparently a whole nother chest.
I didn't. Yeah, it was a black gray.
Because all these things that are here were here.
Yeah, no. So I'm gonna harness myself up. Oh, these have all been taken apart. Okay.
Yeah,
right.
sorry, I had to clean them off.
No, it's fine. So I mean, that also means I can show how to put together.
Exactly. Perfect.
Tethers.
Nice.
All right. So this one. I also have tips for certain kinds of carabiners that we have here.
Sure.
Because some of them are 2 ways and some of them are 3 ways.
I noticed that.
Very funny. Yeah, wordplay. So these are just the 2 ways, which mean they're very easy. So you just put your thumb right there, twist, and they open up.
Yep.
Same way with this one.
Some of them have buttons.
Some of them do have buttons. We got those last season and they were really weird.
Yeah, those are what's on the trampoline ride.
Typically the 3-stage ones they're not particularly more secure necessarily than like a 2-stage. However,
that one is up.
So what I do is I always put my thumb at the very bottom, push up, and then twist it, and that opens it up really quickly. Okay. Otherwise, this just takes a lot of time. It's a little bit, complicated. So just push up, twist, hook it on.
Okay.
So
hook it on to what?
Well, I'll show you that in a second.
Okay.
Or what we would do sometimes is have these in the back of the tethers, which are hooked to your back, and put these onto your back. That way it's going to stay. It's not going to move off. And the 2 stages, we put those onto the loops. That way they're really easy to pull off.
Okay, sure.
So
I get it. Yeah, they need to be re-greased, but they're not too bad.
They'll work, yeah. And just WD-40 works perfectly.
WD-40 is not a lubricant.
I mean, anything.
Anything's better than nothing. You're right.
Anything is better than nothing. Which is what we're working with. Okay, I'll make these work. Okay, so these. This is a back tether.
A back tether.
This goes on your back.
That's okay. So.
Or this is what you put. So this is when you go on the back of the harnesses. This black is for the trolley. Trolley tether are these 2. This is your emergency.
Trolley tether comes with the carabiners attached.
You can tell because it's got the.
That doesn't come off. Right.
That doesn't come off, and it's got the red loop. Back tethers they secure you to the zip line, and I'll show you why they're important when I go up there.
Okay.
So I'll keep that one separate. All right. So, see if I can remember this.
Blue harness?
Yeah, I'm putting the trolley together. Let's see if I can do this. I'm going to put the harness on first because then I can remember how to do that.
All right.
Listen, it's been a while. Yeah, because
they're all pretty big.
The blue ones were typically reserved for like larger people. So whether that was that one's fucked. Toss this one. So fraying, important lesson. This type of stuff, this automatically means that this is not safe.
Right, that's what I assumed, but
this
I didn't want to throw it away.
Really bad. So when you see that, just literally
that's from mice.
Take a pair of scissors and just cut it and then toss it in the trash. It has no other use for you.
Okay.
Because it's not safe, it's not secure. Last season I saw a black harness that literally had like one of these stitched together like folds had like come undone, and that was an immediate no-no because that is really, really unsafe. Because if that snaps, all of a sudden your leg is out, or worse, like it falls apart basically.
Right.
So,
I think there's one more that's frayed like that over there too.
Yeah, I'll find it. That's why we don't like these because they're really complicated. Yeah, this one has fraying on it too. Yeah, so the black ones fit most people.
Well, let's find those ones.
I know. I have no idea where the hell they are. So that was the thing with these is that their center point where they hook on is right here on your on your hip area, whereas the black ones were up here onto your chest.
Okay.
Which.
Well, the hip helps you sit in an L, right?
The hip it helps you sit, but the black means you're that the passenger is less likely to fall back because while yeah, it's nice to be able to sit into it, people don't really do that, and sometimes they'll lean back and then they're ass over tea kettle, and then they're screaming down the zip line, and you have to like it's a whole thing. I had a woman last year who was towards the weight limit go down, and she was wearing one of these, obviously because if she's closer to the weight limit, then she's gonna be bigger, and these ones are the bigger ones. So she goes down, and she's freaking out because she's all the way back like this. She's completely horizontal. So she freaks out and grabs the braking line at the very end there. Now I'm on ground crew helping them harness up because we had a little bit of a rush. And I get on the and I hear on the radio like we have a problem. This lady like is freaking out. She refuses to let go of the line. She's like the line's wrapped around her arm.
Jeez.
So I'm like, all right, hold her there, calm her down. I'll be right there. So I rush over there, climb up the tower, get there, and I'm like, all right, I need you to let go of the rope because if you don't, we won't be able to pull you in. And she's like, I won't let go. If I let go, I'll die. I'm like, all right, so she's not gonna listen. Another lesson, I'd recommend having a knife on you at all times for this specific reason. So I pulled out my pocket knife, cut the brake line, and then pulled her in. Because she's not going to let go of it. And it's
Oh, you mean the rope?
Her arm.
The rope. The brake line, got you,
By
okay.
brake line, I mean the rope.
Okay.
So that way I was able to pull her in, and then we replaced it.
Sure.
Because you can replace the rope, but when she's screaming up
you can't
there,
replace an arm.
She's screaming bloody murder, her arm's going purple, and
right.
we're just like, all right, I just have to do something, because otherwise there's also a crowd of people gathered. A lot of the zip line is making sure your optics are good, because if they're not, then people don't want to ride it, and that's a problem. So.
Yeah.
God, I haven't worn one of these in forever. So.
Okay, alright. Legs.
So these ones are where your legs go. These support the thighs and the back.
And that must come up your back. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so these ones, more frame. See, the thing is, you'll be fine as the rider, or as the operator usually. It's really just.
It's just risking a patron.
Yeah, it's a CYA for a patron. So you're gonna put your one foot through here.
Okay.
Other foot through there.
All right.
Pull up. If you're a guy, just get ready. You're gonna be a little uncomfortable for a bit, but you'll get used to it. So the black should go around your waist, and then put these on. God, I haven't worn one of these in forever. All right, so this is kind of loose, not tight, and this is what it should look like. So I'll get everything adjusted here, comfortable. Make sure you're comfortable. These things will get really.
And so when you're strapping a patron in, though, you're yank it up and like,
yank it up. You're gonna have to get a little close to them and
yeah,
stuff.
of course.
So
yep.
Right now, I recommend always doing the legs first.
Okay.
That's really where you want it to be the tightest, is in the legs, because you want to have the most secure point, be the legs and the thighs. That way they're not slipping out or loose or anything.
Okay.
Go here. And these ones you can also adjust the back as well somewhere. Yeah, and then this area as well. So. Yeah, the problem with these ones is there's so many different loops and bands.
No, there's nothing on the back to adjust.
Yeah, I was thinking of this one. The other ones.
Okay.
So there's just so many loops and different bands and stuff that
no doubt.
Mixed up. That's why we usually reserve these ones for the larger people that had to wear them.
Sure.
These ones are more adjustable for most sizes.
I wonder if they did that on purpose.
They might have. So then that one's secure.
So the chest one doesn't need to be super tight, or?
Yeah, no, that's usually just to keep these from falling off.
Okay.
You can absolutely get them tighter. Like I said, I haven't used these ones since the first year before
that's
we got
fine.
the black ones.
Yep.
So yeah, secure these. Try and make sure that they're not all over the place.
Right.
Yeah, like this one, you can kind of see in the back. This one's already secured there, so it's not a huge priority, especially for like I said, the operator should be safe, absolutely, but it's more more for the customers. Make sure they're the safest.
Sure.
You'll be fine usually on here as long as you know what you're doing. They, however, freak out and don't know what they're doing. So, all right, so harnessed up, tight.
Huzzah.
Ask them to sit back into it. These ones don't really work that way.
So you don't know the 3-finger test? That's a 3-finger, and that's where you tested it? Is like right here?
Yeah, usually around here, the thighs as well. If you can't fit, can't get that out. You can always
and then
tell.
the waist.
Yeah, the waist is always the problem for me. Especially self-harnessing, the waist is always kind of a problem.
So you should like test this one, and you probably leave their legs alone though, I bet.
I mean, no.
No,
you gotta get in there too sometimes, especially. So I'll show you when we're actually on there.
Sure.
More about checking, because you want to double check, just as a redundancy, you might as well, because they do loosen up when they go down.
Sure. Now should I get in a harness?
Yeah, I can show you how. 1 second. Yeah, here we go. So, both of these are going to go in here.
All right.
So like I said, this is your backup, neon orange backup.
Backup meaning the
backup meaning
safety. It's a safety
yes.
tether.
So if this black one fails and snaps for whatever reason, which it should never do, because you should be testing and checking to see if there's any fraying.
Okay.
That this is the one that you'll drop onto and it'll stop the trolley. So I'll show you that in a second here.
Okay.
And I'll also show you the way that these carabiners should be directed, because there is a certain direction they should be put on.
Okay.
Alright, here we go. So, I'll show the camera. All the carabiners on the trolley should be facing towards the chest of whoever is receiving. So I'll show you more up there why this is important. But basically, it's just a speed thing. Because if you get sent down there, you're all the way down there, they catch you, and these are facing the other way. It makes it harder to get them off, especially when you're reaching up to get people off. So
I can see why these are not good for tiny people.
yes. All right, I'll grab these ones. I'll be right back.
I believe you.
Oh wait, that's right. Back harnesses.
Back harnesses?
I don't even know if these have them. Oh yeah, here it is. I was freaking. So, right here, this little metal part.
Here, come over here.
Oh, it's facing over here. So, on these harnesses, this little metal part, if we find the black harnesses, you'll see the metal part on there. It's more towards like where the shoulder blades meet.
Okay.
But on here, it's right here. This should always be in here if you're an operator. Right
That's
there.
only for operators, or?
No, for passengers too, and I'll show you. What I'll have you do is I'll have you climb up there after I'm showing you a bunch of stuff, and I'll climb down there and I'll catch you. I'll give you a hand signal to jump.
Okay.
And I'll catch you over there, and I'll kind of show you. I'll show you the entire process of sending and receiving.
It's a good idea.
So
I need to know that stuff.
usually whenever I go up there, so whenever you're starting the day out, I bring 2 of these.
Okay.
One for me, and then one for whoever I'm catching up there.
Sure.
I'll show you that one too when I get up there.
All right.
For now, I'm going to open up that tower and get that.
Which tower?
I'm going to go up to this one, open up everything on there, and get that one on the line off.
Okay.
And then I'll send myself to make sure it's safe.
All right.
Forgot my gloves. Oh yeah, if you don't want to shred your hands.